Is the Sony a5000 still relevant in the year 2021? Well, let me give you a quick answer. 1, 2, 3. Got 3 of them. So let's talk about it. Okay, so the Sony a5000, is it relevant? Well, I already showed you I have 3 of them. I gave one to my brother. Actually, he loaned it back to me. So I'm just showing you that I started with 3 cameras, a5000. Now I only have 2. It's still relevant for me anyway, because I film all my YouTube videos in 1080p or full HD. I think most of YouTubers actually film in that quality anyway. And it can do 24 frames per second. So cinematic quality. Or if you want, you can do 30 frames per second. Whatever your setting you want to choose, this camera can go up to that, okay? Now, why I like this camera is because it has a flip-up screen. You can do YouTube and vlogging. This is very important to have a flip-up screen because you can see yourself and you can compose your shot. That's very important. Any type of camera that has a flip-up screen would be important for YouTube's, especially when you're doing filming of yourself. And most of us, don't have the extra hand to help. So we need to film alone. Therefore, this flip-up screen will be handy. Now, if you don't have a camera that has a flip-up screen, just get an external monitor. But I'm talking about this camera, so it's really great that it has a flip-up screen, the a5000. That's one of its main key features that I love about it. And it does do 1080p, so it's a very good quality camera. Now, the only issue I have with this camera is the fact that it doesn't have a built-in mic jack. If you want a built-in mic jack with a flip-up screen, you might want to go for the a6100. However, that camera is like almost 3 or 4 times more expensive than this camera. I got this camera and the other 3 for I think $150 just for the body alone, US dollars. And if with the kit lens is around 200 US dollars. So that's a bargain price. And I was able to get 3 of them, so it's less than 600 US dollars for 3, including the kit lens. That's amazing, right? And the fact that I'm still using it today and it's gonna be used for the next 5-10 years tells you how much I love this camera. Now, of course, there are other cameras that I have that I love, but I'm afraid of using it because it's so expensive, like the X-T3 Fujifilm and also my Sony a7R3. I rarely use those cameras because I'm thinking if I ever going to do my professional work or filming or whatever it is, then I'll grab those cameras because I don't want to damage it. However, these cameras, because it's so cheap and affordable, I don't take care of it. It's the fact that because if it ever get damaged, I know that I can get another one at a bargain price, and the quality is quite good. I'll show you the image, the videos and a photo at the end, and you can see the kind of image you can get out of this camera. It can do 20 megapixel. That's pretty good, right? I mean, if you're doing a wedding photos, it's not great for the main camera, but let's say if you're doing for the guests, like if you're a second or third photographer, then I think this is okay. You can film the guests, right? The wedding guests, and this camera would be amazing because it does have a built-in flash, so you can do that. So this camera is still relevant if it acts as a B camera for wedding photos or video cameras. Now, there's another issue you might be aware of and can be quite annoying. It doesn't happen with my camera, or it doesn't happen often, and is the overheating. This camera does overheat if you film more than 25 minutes in a pretty hot weather, like anything above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. However, I did find a solution to solve this. In fact, my camera that I'm filming right now, the a5100, overheats more than my a5000. But I found a solution by hooking up to a dummy battery, the AC power, and connect it to the external monitor like the Ultimo Shogun. Then I don't have any more issue whatsoever because the heat is dissipated with these connections, okay? And that works for me really well. And if it works on my a5100, it will definitely work on my a5000. Now, this camera has a limit. It can only record 30 minutes, But there's a special modification you can do in this camera. You can check the link below, or you can check other YouTubers, where you can take that limit out and you can record this camera unlimited. Now, of course, it would be based on your battery power. If you have a, the standard MPW50, then it may only last you for an hour and maybe 20 minutes. But if you hook up to a dummy battery AC power, it will record pretty much as long as you want. Okay, so this camera really, if you know what you're looking for, it can do it. And you're paying only less than $200 US, including the kit lens. That is just a bargain. There are, of course, other better camera, but the price you have to pay is also more. In fact, I find that I use the a5000 a lot more than my Fujifilm X-T3 or my Sony a7R III. These cameras are what I call professional cameras, and I rarely touch it because I don't want to ruin it. Whereas these camera, I use it quite often, especially when I'm doing family photos. This is the first one I grabbed, and I'll be using it a lot. On my vacation also, this is a camera I use a lot because, if I damage it, then I know that I'm only going to lose about $200 US. And yeah, it does a good quality job, and it's a bargain price. Have a look at the photo and videos at the end. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you know the setting, you can even film in low light. For example, if you set your camera to ISO, let's say around 800 or 1250, and you bring up your aperture, let's say in this kit lens, to f3.5, and then you set your shutter speed to 1/25, and then of course correct your white balance, this camera looks really good. Okay, just have a look and you'll see what I'm talking about.